The female doctor had just finished a surgery, only to find the patient's family waiting outside the operating room was actually her husband, and the patient on the operating table was a woman 6 months pregnant. A few hours earlier, her husband had hurriedly left home, claiming there was an emergency at work. Soon after, she received an emergency call from the hospital. A critically ill pregnant woman needed immediate surgery. During the surgery, she didn't think too much and focused on saving the woman and her baby. But the moment she saw her husband outside, she was stunned. She didn't question him. She simply informed the pregnant woman that the surgery was successful and calmly faced her husband. The man hastily explained that he had met the pregnant woman by chance on the road and brought her to the hospital after seeing her faint. She looked at him. 3 years of marriage made her choose to believe him. Her husband quickly left again, claiming he had more work to do and told her to rest early. Back in her office, she pulled out a pregnancy report from the drawer. It was meant to be a birthday surprise for her husband, but early the next morning, she was woken by a call from her best friend. Her friend, anxious on the other end of the line, told her she had just seen her husband at the hospital, accompanying the pregnant woman as she was discharged. She didn't have time to ask for details and rushed to her in-laws' home to celebrate her husband's birthday, only to find her husband had brought the pregnant woman home. The pregnant woman smiled and introduced herself. The moment the wife heard her name, she was struck like lightning. That name was one her husband had accidentally mentioned in an intimate moment. A cold chill crept into her heart. She couldn't help but suspect that this woman in front of her was her husband's long-lost love. During dinner, her mother-in-law casually mentioned the past, saying the two had grown up together, and told her not to overthink it. Her heart sank little by little. Her husband had clearly said he didn't know the woman, but now he had openly brought her home. She had originally planned to tell her husband about her pregnancy, but held back. Back at home, her husband was as gentle as ever, even taking the initiative to explain the situation at the hospital. He said he had pretended not to know the pregnant woman that day, because he didn't want her to overthink. He suggested taking her out the next day for a change of scenery, and mentioned they could also attend his class reunion together. The next day when they were about to leave, she noticed the pregnant woman sitting in the passenger seat. The pregnant woman smiled and said she was also attending the reunion, and half-jokingly mentioned that she would be staying at their house for a while. Faced with this provocation, she didn't lose her temper. At the reunion, the pregnant woman became even bolder. Not only did she help her husband drink on his behalf, but she also told others that she was pregnant, and that the man needed to take good care of her. When the man saw her about to smoke, he immediately reminded the pregnant woman to avoid secondhand smoke. The wife quietly watched all of this, without saying a word. Back at home, she accidentally found messages on her husband's phone from the pregnant woman, saying she wanted him to accompany her to watch the stars. Before long, the man came out of the bathroom, answered a call from the pregnant woman, and hurriedly left again, claiming there was work to do. She stood by the window, watching the two of them being intimate downstairs. At that moment, she finally made up her mind. She took out the pregnancy report, took a deep breath, and decided to go to the hospital to terminate her pregnancy. She knew this marriage was something she needed to let go of.